All right, these are my Rochester BC1 carbs that I just had rebuilt, and I just wanted to share my experience. I thought this was going to be really easy. I thought it would be maybe a 10-minute install because I sent in my carbs, had them rebuilt, and they sent me the same carbs back. So I figured, same carburetors, so it'd be easy to put back in. Nothing new. But if you look back in here, that is a vacuum line that goes into the manifold that controls a spring that's in here. There's a spring that goes around, and it contracts or expands or contracts based on heat. And you could see that this goes right into the base of the carburetor. I was having some issues with this before. It was leaking vacuum. Having issues with this, it was leaking vacuum. And this is what caused me a lot of issues and a lot of headache when I was trying to get all the fittings right and getting that, because I had to make that. But it doesn't leak and it's working. So let me just share my experience. I thought this was going to be a 10-minute job. It took me a couple hours. And it was towards the end of the day. I had already put coil springs in my truck so I can pull my boat. And I just really wanted to get the boat running with these new carburetors. It was so important to me. Kept on working on it, went and got the fittings at the auto parts store at O'Reilly's. And I'm trying to figure it all out and put it together, and it's just not working for me. Things are dropping into the bilge. Let me just pull back a little bit. So my bilge is down in here. If you drop something, it goes into the bilge. It could be easy to find, or maybe not. There's a lot in here, so it was a lot. I started getting discouraged. And in fact, my stomach was grumbling and I was tired. I had, put coil springs in my truck to begin with. And now it's the end of the day. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm grumpy. But something told me, I wanted to quit. I wanted to go in and get something to eat. And I almost started to talk myself into it. Came very close to talking myself into it. But something was like, no, I want to hear this thing run. And this shouldn't be that big of a deal. I just got to figure it out, And I'm going to keep going. It was kind of like a brief moment that I had, but definitely conscious. And as I thought that, maybe 2 minutes, I figured it out. It started to go right for me. It started to, it started to hit the threads. Everything started to work and come together. And then I was like, it was just a game changer, night and day difference. Everything changed in a New York minute. And I started putting the carburetors in, and everything started to come together. And I also found out that back over here, now on the secondary carb, I've got this little gear here, which is to adjust idle, really. But what it's doing is it's limiting. See, you can see it limits. I can't do it one-handed. It limits the movement of this bar. So I wasn't able to, ever get full throttle before. I was cruising along, but I was only at like a third throttle, if that. So this thing, this mighty Bertram, it is going to kick ass. So, as I said, going back to my story, I was really discouraged. I almost quit. I almost called it a day. And if I would have done that, I would have spent the evening just ruminating on it, disappointed in myself, and not thinking good thoughts. But for whatever reason, I persevered on perseverance. And I made it through, and I got her running, and I put out that post the last time after I did that, after I explained these carbs, and I felt so great. You know, I came so close to spending an evening in despair, but that didn't happen. I got it running, I reached my goal, and I basked in the glory of that. Not only last night, the other night, but ever since then. I feel so good. You get empowered to take on the next challenge. And yeah, you're going to have difficulties. You're going to be pushed to the brink. You're going to want to quit. Don't quit. Keep going. Show yourself that you could do it. And the more you show yourself that you can do something, the more powerful you get, the more you live on your terms. And this is your way of fighting back. This is my way of fighting back. I'm going to get going now. I got to turn on the water. I've got to show you all how this starts. Now, I'm going to start it. I'll explain that in the next video. This is running too long. Peace.